say good morning.
Good morning.
Rise
Good
and shine.
morning. It's time to say good morning. Hello. Hello. It's time to say hello. Hello. What's that called? What do you call that these days? Papu.
Papu is Passy.
That's cute. I've never heard a kid have that name for a Passy.
Do you want it?
That's so cute. You know what she's really good at?
What?
Sharing.
Aw, we
She
like to
she
share.
shares her
I feel
Passy.
like all
See,
the,
there you go.
I feel like this age, all the Carols were, I felt like, they're such amazing sharers.
The problem with being in the RV this week is that we didn't really pack for the week. We've just been going grabbing things, which makes us more dependent upon it. So this morning we have
Pancakes.
1/10 of a box of pancakes, no butter. We have bacon,
No eggs.
no eggs. We could do this. We could cook off of not a lot of food, or we could just go get like a quick breakfast up the hill. But the better question to be asking right now is, how are you guys?
Mama.
How has your week been? Ours has been rainy, filled with last-minute changes, filled with some disappointments, some victories, and new words. We're heading to the house right now to pick up a few things. Callie, what do we need to pick up at the house?
And butter and jam.
Tape measure, butter, and jam? Okay, let's go get those things right now. Have some freaking fun, alright?
I will. But I want to show you guys, this is after I have cleaned the RV about 10 times today. It's just, this is what real RV life is like. None of this Instagram shenanigans where it's all pristine and perfect. Well, maybe if you're a very organized, very clean person, but I swear I've done these dishes like 7 times today. But the fact I can see the floor, this is pretty darn good. So we are literally leaving. Cassidy's taking a nap. Philip is gonna get some more work done, and I'm taking the girls to ballet class. RV living, what is your questions? Now that we have comments back, someone pointed out, oh my gosh, I think we went through all of RV life without comments. Is that true? Or did we lose them like part way? Or was it literally when we were renovating it, we might have lost comments? Anywho, do you guys have any questions about RV life while we're still here and while we'll probably be in the RV next week? Why, you ask? Because if you missed that video, we have another hiccup with the floor. We are out of the house due to fumes and smells and all of that in the house. So we don't want to be living in stains and paint and all of those things, but things keep getting moved around. So we have lived in the RV 4 days, and now this week will be 5 days, and next week will probably be another week. So do you guys have any RV questions while we are actually still living in it? It's interesting to me how passions change, because I used to be so fulfilled and I just loved pulling into our RV spot. And I think if we were traveling more, I might have that. But it's so interesting that my heart and my passion is just so switched to homesteading life. And I just am itching to get home to get some of our projects done that are on our to-do list. It's just interesting how your passions change, your life changes. I still love RV life. I'm still fascinated with people that are still on the road. Where are they seeing? What new places are they doing? What kind of tips and tricks? Living in tiny quarters. We got pretty good at really good meals. Laundry day was the worst. There is hookups in our RV, but unless we were full-time for a very long time, we didn't want to invest in the laundry machine. All right, girls, how was dance?
Good.
Good?
Back from the ballet.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
It's their favorite. I was able to run to the grocery store because parents can't stay. They don't have like a viewing area. And so now I'm gonna do my grocery shopping while the girls do dance class.
Yeah.
I hear somebody! Teensy. We can fit a heck of a ton of stuff in that RV. When we were looking at RVs to buy, that pantry between the kitchen and the girls' room, the ones that we were looking at that were like a foot shorter, that was what was missing, was that pantry. So I convinced Philip to, can we just have one a little bigger? And we have a pantry. We were fine full time being able to store so much. Are you done?
You want me to cook dinner, get the video done, and take care of a child that has no behavior?
Yeah, you're supposed to get it all done. Everyone say good morning, campers.
Good morning, campers.
Okay, I was so tired last night, and we had friends come visit. So we enjoyed some friends hosting in the RV. I would say it's a priority for us to host because we just love being with people. But it is difficult to try to get everyone to sit and trying to cook that much for people in a small little place. I keep thinking of those families that travel with a whole big family in an RV, and I'm just very impressed with how they're able to throw food together. But we had breakfast this morning.
Geez, we had pancakes and eggs for breakfast.
Pancakes and eggs.
Mommy and me and Daddy and Callie had some eggs.
Yes.
So did Cassidy.
Cassidy
She crushed it.
She crushed it. Cassidy ate all of Mommy's eggs, Daddy's eggs. I made another batch of eggs, and she kept eating some more. Yeah, but we are all full and satisfied from breakfast. Cassidy is now constantly up the stairs.
And
Unless we put in a baby gate, she will be up the stairs. But I'm actually very impressed. She knows her limits, and she'll just stay at the top of the step and just ask for Mama when she wants to come down. You brushing your teeth? Good job. This week went by totally crazy fast again. We have been doing projects around the house. It wasn't really as much of an RV vacation trip as we wanted. We don't have it. It's not a vacation. There's no more spots for us to stay over the weekend. So we're going to be driving home, hooking up the RV at least just to some power, and then we're going to go find places to stay at friends and family's houses for the weekend while they officially are staining our floor today. So we're going to stain our floor. You're good.
I'm naked.
You're okay.
Oh, my part.
Okay, so Philip is trying to get some work done. This is why we originally designed the RV and ripped out the bunks on this side and turned it into an office. However, now that many of you can relate, you understand that working from home is really difficult, and it's very extra difficult in a small space. So, yep, the park's getting full. You can tell it's the weekend. Everyone's setting up. That just arrived yesterday. Girls did a pretty decent job getting the floor picked up. We are cleaning up everything so we can slide in the slides. I am doing dishes for what feels like the 100th time. I'm gonna let those dry, put those away. Oh, Callie, you gonna hang a plant? Good job. We need to get some more plants. I stole them for the house. So that way we can bring some greenery back into the RV.
Mama.
This? Thank you. You want up? Up. Can we show them your practice? We've been practicing.
Cleaning up.
Uh-huh. Callie walked for the first time with a toothbrush in her hand. Is that going to help you balance?
I was very big when I started walking.
You were about Cassidy's age, actually. You were probably 15 months when you started walking. Kinsley was 11 months. She's been standing some. Cassidy, stand up. Stand up. Good. Good job. Stand up. All the way. Good job. Okay, walk.
Can you walk? Whoa. Wow.
She wants to lean forward. You want to walk to Callie? There we go. Stand up. Good job. Okay, walk to Mama. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, you're so close. Try that again.
She let go and then she balanced for a little
She
bit.
did. Okay. Stand up. Oh. Okay, you want to walk to Callie? She just wants to sit in my lap.
Cassidy.
Okay, stand up. Good job. Stand up. No!
Stand up! I can stand up! I can stand up! I can stand up!
Oh, okay. Good morning. Whoa.
Oh gosh.
Let's not do that.
She just dive bombs. Trust falls.
Trust fall. We got a little scab on our nose from practicing walking and crawling and a little
Trust
too much
falling.
trust falling.
She's very tough.
Very tough.
Very,
Okay,
very
we are
tough.
almost ready to slide in.
Yeah, I cleaned up that area. That area's done.
Awesome.
On a typical morning when we are leaving the RV, hour before we're supposed to be out of the park.
Every time we think, oh, we can do this in like
Yeah.
15 minutes, it takes an hour.
Yeah.
Every time.
It takes about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes to hitch up to get out. That's my job now. We're gonna go, like Alex said, dock it up at the house, put power to it. The last time, we left it at the house for a few days because we thought we were getting work done on the house to get the floorings fixed. That never actually happened. And so the RV was at the house. Everything in the refrigerator went bad because battery died in the RV, which caused it not to be able to run the automatic propane, which should run it.
I couldn't figure out why it didn't switch over. It always switches over.
And so this time we're gonna learn.
It's not
Just
that.
plug it in.
Who cleaned out the fridge?
You did.
That was the most disgusting thing I think I have done in I don't even know how long.
It was very bad.
That was
it was very, 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 very,
beyond
very bad.
repulsive. So
It was very bad.
it started off this whole week as a slow start. We weren't able to go. We said it was too late to get the girls out of the house.
Well,
So-
we're blessed because out of the 3 or 4 contractors that we found, only one of them was able to get work done
This
now.
week.
And so we've just been on a standstill for a while. The project has just taken a while. It's been probably more stressful than we lead on to be. The reality is that as soon as this is a secret to our life, our marriage, and our communication within our family. When things start to go bad, we enter into the frustration and we talk about it and communicate about it, the highs and the lows, what could happen, the possibilities, and then we quickly move on because life is too short to be stressed out all the time. Life is too short to get bogged down by one thing. So
To be negative.
yeah, and to like live in an atmosphere of negativity and pessimism is just not what we do, not what we're about. And so it has been difficult to be living in construction. Recently, it's just become, let's just please get this done.
Living in a chaotic environment is just stressful. And we have talked about it now that Philip has ADHD and
It's not recent. I've had it my whole life.
sorry, we just shared it a few videos ago, and
I'm starting.
living in chaos is difficult for anybody. Living in chaos and having ADHD is near impossible. And since we moved in and had Cassidy, we didn't have everything put away. We had boxes everywhere in the garage. I mean, it's been a chaotic environment for a long time.
Sit still. What are you doing?
You go work on the computer.
Can we not have an accident? Sit and just eat your Eggies, Bubba. The hard part is, I am learning and studying about ADHD. My brain has a hard time with focus and organization and staying on task, and you don't know when you don't know when you're distracted. It's almost like it's just second nature to just bounce around like Tigger on projects or tasks or thoughts. But the solution to managing that is cleanliness, but it's hard to self-regulate that cleanliness for me. And so it's a constant mess because I'm constantly creating it, and I have to just learn new things. Alex has been amazing, very forgiving, very helpful on reminding me very gently, hey, did you start this, and this, and are all 4 things of these your messes? Yes, they are.
So we just talk about priorities a lot. Anyways, long story short, it was living in the condo and then living in construction of an RV, living in a small space of an RV, moving into a home, not being able to organize the home with having a kiddo with open heart surgery.
I love you. She loves to eat the headphones. They're not for eating.
And I feel like for the first time in many years, there's a light at the end of the tunnel that once this construction is done and we can buy bins and shelves of all kinds and just have an organized environment.
Honestly, this last week redoing the girls' schoolroom and getting that thing done.
Gosh, that was
is so helpful. So the thing is, I don't mind living in the chaos. I don't mind living in it, but
no,
I cannot.
Totally, we're happy as could be.
We don't mind the mess, but we don't flourish in the mess. And so that I think is the thing that we're really coming to terms with and coming It's now, as I'm studying and as I'm learning about adult ADHD, I'm starting to realize, wow, these are my coping skills that I've had my whole life, and maybe they're not the right ones, and maybe I need to adopt some new ones. So, anyway, that's that. That's that on that. Honestly, at this point, I don't really know what I'm talking about, and so I'm gonna hang up the vlog now, because there are times that my brain just stops, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. So that's now.
Okay, so right now we are moving the RV. And look. I just filmed what they were doing. I took the RV.
Good job. Daddy's parking. We're getting home. Lots to do today.
Mama, what about the wood?
But we drove through paint. So we're gonna have to power wash right now to hopefully keep that from staining the driveway. Ay, ay, ay.
Hey! Oh my goodness, guys, we did it. It's not perfect, but we're probably gonna have to go back into the RV next week at some point. So this is a temporary solution. Got the jacks up. Alex is pressure washing some paint that dripped over onto the driveway. Friends, this week has just taught me just gratitude. I feel so grateful that we have this RV. There was a point where I almost sold it at the peak of the pandemic. I'm glad we didn't. And I'm glad that we have this as an opportunity to live in. What a beautiful day. 3 years ago when I lived in California, I would have said, gosh, today's so muggy, so gross, so whatever. And I love it. I love sweating now. My perspective of the South has changed dramatically. And I honestly just would prefer to be outside and sweating than inside and in a perfect climate, because life is not about being comfortable. It's about learning to adapt despite the situation and circumstances. And so we're grateful. I'm just so incredibly, overwhelmingly blessed and grateful for what God has given us and the community here, you guys. I'd love to get back on the road. Our chickens, certainly a deterrent to getting back on the road quicker. We're trying to figure out some solutions here and there, but we got to get this building done first, being able to have this meeting space so that we could really do a lot of the ministry that we intend on going forward. So uneven, level, total mess on this side of the house. Clean this up a bit. Actually, this wood came from the house when they were kind of tearing it apart to put it back together. They were going to haul off this lumber, and I was like, well, that's a lot of money right there. So I'll grind off all these nails and screws and be able to use this wood for projects around the house or projects around, you know, the garden or the farm or whatnot. We have to figure out the logistics of the next few hours, because it sounds like the guy is coming to do the floors at the end of the day, and he'll be doing that for about 4 hours today, 4 hours tomorrow, and you're back home. Hey, Bubba. The goal truly is just to be able to get the floors done so that the contractor can finish, and then we can truly say the project's done, move in, declutter, organize, and move on with life. We're just so excited.